Hello and welcome to another episode of My Opinion Means Nothing. This week on the show, I'm joined by Rag CV. Hello, man.
How you doing, sir? You good?
I'm good, thanks, man. How's your day?
Not bad, man. Not bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to hear more about your album and your theatre show and stuff like that. I listened to that track you sent me. Fire, bro. Fire.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
But the first part of the show is what I usually do is I talk about what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you heard about, this came out yesterday, about 21 Savage.
Oh, about him being British?
Yeah.
I didn't really read it properly, but I just saw that it said that he may be getting deported or something.
Yeah, so basically from the article, where's this one now? From what I read was supposedly he came here in 2005 with his family, I assume, with his mum, and I think he has like 4 brothers and some sisters.
Yeah.
So they came here, and the visa was meant to run out in 2006, but they overstayed. And now, 10 years later, they've just caught up with him to detain him, to deport him.
To catch up.
The craziest thing for me is that I read in the report, like, he got arrested in 2014. He would have been put through the system, fingerprinted and everything. Nothing flagged up then. Now, 5 years later, suddenly it's all
So
this
was he
big
born
thing.
in Britain?
That's the thing, like where he was born, his origin is kind of unknown. Like, it's only like a part of his life he starts talking about from a part of his life, but we know that from the stories he tells in his songs that I think he was kicked out of school for carrying a gun at like age 8 or something, he said.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, I don't know, it's kind of a bit foggy for me, but I think it is more the thing that I think it is that his mother's Dominican, so I know that's a British colony.
Yeah.
So it may be that they came from Dominica, maybe, and they had British citizenship that way. So now when they came over, maybe they did plan to stay, but it's just like, I don't know, maybe there was something that was happening in the country and they had to leave for whatever reason, but he's grown up in America, and now it's not his fault that, like, he might have not asked the questions of when I came to America or anything like that. All he's ever known is the American Atlanta life, so I don't know. It's kind of weird for him to be deported and then sent back to Britain when he doesn't have any friends or family here.
Yeah, they don't mess around though. They're not gonna. They say he's getting deported. He's gone.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't mess about.
No, it's true.
No matter how long he's been living here.
Yeah.
That's it. But it's be interesting because I wonder when he comes here if he will like try and beg it with the UK Act.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I saw a tweet, something about someone's waiting for the Skepta and 21 Savage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised, man.
Yeah, I know. Another thing that sparked off of this was Demi Lovato. She made a tweet because the news all dropped around Super Bowl time. So she made a tweet about Super Bowl time saying the best thing about the Super Bowl is all these 21 Savage memes.
Oh.
She tweeted it, and I think I read a comment underneath that said Snapchats are forever, screenshots are forever, Demi.
Exactly.
And like, obviously all 21 Savage's fans came at her, and in the end she ended up disabling her Twitter account.
Oh yeah. Twitter's it's full of bullies, man.
I know.
And you got a thick skin on there, man.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah.
And another thing that spins off of that is it's the it's 15 years of Facebook.
Oh, okay. Feels like it's been longer.
Feels like it's been longer. Yeah, feels
but
like.
I joined Facebook a little bit later, but it was the first thing I went on.
First thing before you didn't go on MySpace?
No, I went on MySpace. Sorry.
Okay.
I bet the first thing was MSN.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, MSN was the first thing. That's the first thing. Then it was MySpace.
Bebo, if anyone drops on that.
I didn't go on Bebo, but I remember
yeah.
Bebo. Yeah. I remember it. Yeah.
But like, so I found this article that was kind of talking about the 5 ways that social networking has harmed society.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I think it's pretty much true, because it hasn't done anything good for us, really. So
I would disagree. I would say it has done good.
Okay, I mean,
I'd say it's done. I would say in moderation.
Yeah.
Social media can be a great thing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like for example, as you know, I run a charity called Poets Unity, and a lot of the promotion we do is on social media because young people are always on there.
Yeah, of course.
So that's how they get to know about our events, what we're doing in the community, the workshops. You know what I'm saying? So in that way, it's great.
It's great.
It's great for businesses. It's great for charities. Great for organisations. It's great if you're trying to connect with like maybe family across the world.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what I'm trying to say. So
and
I think
share information or even share ideas or work.
It's so much easier thing to do things. But what I would say is it's all about balance. That's what this world's about.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you're on it too much or on it for the wrong reasons, as in just watching everyone else's life and not doing anything your own, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's where the issue is that people don't really know how to control themselves on social media. They love being on it too much.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So whereas I personally try to be as productive as I can on it.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, then it's because I ain't got no what to do. It's like before I go sleep or that's what I'm trying to say. Like, so it doesn't matter.
But there's even times when I find myself, even on Instagram, it's mainly, I'll jump on and I'll be scrolling. I'll be like,
Instagram's the main one, you know.
I didn't even come on my phone to come on Instagram, you know.
You went there anyway. Yeah.
So like, it's.
I know that. I'm definitely been in that situation where I've gone on Instagram for no reason.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I sent you my spoken word piece I did like a few years ago called Digital Slaves.
I'm not sure if I've heard it. No.
But that touches. I'll send it to you anyway.
Okay,
but that touches on how we're basically slaves to technology, and it's basically talking about myself. But then it ended up being something that related to everybody. Because all of us are slaves to technology in some way. I'm trying to say.
True.
You know what I mean? So I think it's just about, again, finding the balance and then using it for good reasons, not just being on it for no reason.
You can find the balance, but unfortunately everything kind of is connected in some way. Like kind of like even like there's even a point in here in the article it says how you can't escape social networking. It's like Facebook was one of the biggest ones, but then Facebook bought WhatsApp, so now Facebook basically...
And they bought Instagram as well.
Exactly, so
Facebook is like the matrix.
You know, they're everywhere, so you can't escape Facebook.
Yeah, it's true. Facebook kind of just controls everything at the moment, but then again, it's not just social media, it's Google.
Yeah.
Google is everything.
Yeah, it's true.
Google is the biggest thing. It's bigger than all these social media networks. I'm trying to say, because we Google everything.
Yeah.
How much times do you hear somebody say, oh yeah, what does that mean? Oh, let's Google it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, you hear it all the time, I say it all the time, and it's so reliable.
It's true, but do you remember before Google? Ask Jeeves.
Yeah. I remember Ask Jeeves. Yeah. I was going to say that. And Yahoo was more used at one point as well. But then Google just took over. I don't know what they did or how they did it, but...
They were just everywhere. Everyone's just like, Google it. If you want to find out how, Google it. Yeah, it's
Google me. That's what they say as well now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying. I think it's a bit of both. I think it's definitely had its bad points in terms of obviously, especially young people growing up, only knowing about technology.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was growing up, I didn't have technology until I was 15, 16.
Same, yeah.
So I had a childhood where I think a lot of these young people, they're just on their phone all the time and iPads. But then again, that's down to the parents as well. The parents can control that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say? So when I have kids, they're not going to be on their phone all the time. They're going to be out playing. They're going to be doing their thing.
Yeah, it's true.
Just, you got to have a balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's 100% true. So like the 5 points that they go over in this article are that it makes us more miserable. A number of studies have now claimed that heavy Facebook use can exacerbate depression. And another one is that there's obviously, like I said, no escape because Facebook now owns WhatsApp and Instagram. So
do we feel like Facebook owns WhatsApp though? I don't feel like
it. Doesn't feel like it, but
it feels like it's exactly the same as before.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't feel like I'm trapped into Facebook or...
It's
what I'm
true.
saying?
Yeah, it's more of a...
WhatsApp's probably the best out of all of them anyway.
It's
because
true.
WhatsApp's just so simple to message people.
Yeah.
It's free, technically, and it's just better than texting. Texting's long.
I guess so, but they're all kind of, everything's the same, the way how I look at it. It's like, I think someone was talking to me about the other day about how even live stream, I think that concept is just so weird.
Oh, like when on social media, live?
Yeah, just...
I wouldn't do, the only time I would do something, I've never done it actually, but the only time I would do it is if like, say I was like, even something like now, like what we're doing now,
course,
maybe like live stream a podcast, or like if I'm on a radio interview, or maybe I'm at an event.
No, I understand those ones, but there's
not just you on your own.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I just find that weird. It's just like it all started with like Periscope had it first.
Yeah, I never liked Periscope. I'll never go into that.
Then Twitter bought Periscope.
And then Periscope died.
Periscope died, then there was Instagram Live and all those other
lives. You know MySpace is still going, you know?
Oh, swear?
Yeah. If you type MySpace.com, it's still going.
Oh.
But it's kind of changed up now. It's not like, it's not so much a social media thing. It's more of a music.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. A lot of artists were found on MySpace back in the day.
MySpace was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was the first one I used like regularly.
Yeah, and it was like, it got a lot of people into coding because you could kind of change the code and change the different colors and the aspects of.
Now websites are so easy to make now, man.
Yeah.
Wix.com all the way.
Yeah, exactly. They do it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
What else is there? There was your private life has become public.
But that's again in your control. You can decide what you put up.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
I think some people put up too much things. Like me
share
personally,
way too much.
I don't put up public stuff on public that I don't want to be shared.
Yeah.
You know, there's things in my life going on all the time.
Yeah, it's like the thing is like the first thing when something's happening, the first thing that I'm doing is thinking about what's going on. I'm not thinking, oh shit, I need to update people.
Exactly. Yeah. Some people were like. There is some people on social media literally that want to show you what eating for breakfast and then where they're going on a bus. It's irrelevant to me. That kind of stuff's a bit too much.
Yeah.
And like some people be like, oh yeah, I'm here right now in blah blah blah, and then everyone knows who you are.
Yeah.
So, or like I live in so and so. Dress out. Come on. So just certain things, just like I think it's in our control, but some people make the mistake of saying
because
too
the
much.
platform's there, they feel like they have to use it.
Exactly. I'll be honest with you. If I wasn't doing spoken word and if I didn't run Poets Unity, I wouldn't have social media. That's the main two reasons why I use it, because of me as an artist and for the organisation.
It's true.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, I don't actually go on social media that much. It's just I fall on it every now and then. I'm scrolling, or if I'm promoting the podcast, or I have Facebook, but I use Messenger. I go on it to clear the notifications. You know. Yeah. Another thing that they said is fake news, the spread of fake news.
Fake news is in the paper as well, man.
It's everywhere. That's what I mean.
News is just generically fake anyway, generally. A lot of it's like, they might have one small detail that's correct, or something a little bit correct, the rest of it's fabricated. So if anything, I'll be honest with you, that's one actually thing I love about social media, is I get all my news from Twitter.
A lot of people say that,
I use Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, that's the three, and WhatsApp obviously. That's the four I use, and Twitter is my go-to for news. Yeah. Because they've got that main page, you just look at the news, and it's got what's trending. Yeah. And that's actually how I saw the 21 Savage thing. Oh, okay. You see what I'm saying? So I don't read papers really. I don't buy papers.
You're not missing much. I watched the news the other day for the very first time, and it felt like I was on Instagram. So they did like, it was like knife crime, and then they did just like a crazy story. Like, do you know, like back in the day they used to have the crazy story right at the end of the news, just as like a happy relief or something like that. Now it's like they have like 5 or 6 crazy stories. I was just like, but this is news?
It's mad. I've stopped watching the news years ago because it's just negative for me. I mean, every time like you said, what they usually do is they have 6 stories, right? Yeah. 5 of them are negative, and they're the first 5 you see, and they might put one little community positive story or half positive story at the end, just to end on a little bit of a better note. Then they bring in the weather, and then the weather's always rubbish. So, but I'm saying, so for me, the news has never really been something I'm interested in. Obviously, you need to know what's going on, so that's why social media is great for me.
But I just think it's kind of funny that people used to go to the mainstream media to get the news, and now everyone gets it from everyone else socially.
I think it's better that way.
Yeah, it's better because
the news is fake regardless. It's always going to be true and fake news regardless of where it is. So it's about you finding out. It's all about reliable sources, isn't it? So you just look at where the sources come from. If something's trending on Twitter, it's usually true, to be honest. You know what I'm trying to say? I remember the other day as well, Tekashi 6ix9. Yeah. That's the first thing I saw on Twitter.
I haven't heard about him. Is he? Didn't he go to prison?
He's going to be getting minimum 47 years. And that's a plea deal he did as well.
47 years.
Yeah, plea deal. Yeah.
Wow.
So 47 years. Yeah, minimum.
Wow.
And that's minimum. In America, don't play, man. It's not like this country. You get like a life sentence, you get 20 years.
40. Wow.
And that's actually because what he did was, he's been admitted to 9 counts of felonies. I don't know what they are exactly, but one of them was like racketeering, selling drugs, blah blah blah. And like it's a plea deal. Yeah. So if he didn't do the plea deal, he could have got 100+ years. Apparently, that's what I was hearing.
It's crazy.
He's never coming out. So obviously that's why he took the plea deal, so he can actually come out one day.
It's gonna come out, but his rap career's over.
He's 22. He will come out, if he does do 47 years, he'll come out and he's 67.
raps.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he can still blow Takeshi 6ix9ine.